Hi Anushka,
Hi,
welcome to the Say Cheese platform. Such a pleasure to have you on board with us today.
thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It's a very important day for us. While we have our saycheese.live website, which is live for a while, and we have 10,000 people who've shown their love by registering with us and doing several things. But the community app is what we're launching today. We're ready with the Android ones, so a lot of the sessions that happened prior to this were on the app and then live streamed onto YouTube. So it was very interesting, the whole technology mix and match that's happening. And but the iOS is going to be out very, very soon, hopefully in a week's time. But we thought till then we'll, why leave anyone behind? So we'll go ahead with our Zoom live.
Nice.
It's really a pleasure. It's the inaugural day today, and having you makes it even more special.
Congratulations.
Wonderful. So I have this little write-up about you, and I've done a bit of little snooping around on what you're up to. So let me just put down my points over here. Anushka is a revered artist of 20 years in the Indian music industry, which precedes her new life as artist Kisnuka. She is a music producer, composer, playback singer, actor, editor, a creative entrepreneur, and a celebrated indie pop artist. She shot to fame at the age of 17, gaining iconic status as the all-girl brand Viva. Over the years, she has hosted shows as a VJ for Channel V and MTV and won Fear Factor Khatron Ke Khiladi. She has sung over 100 English, Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu songs and is a voiceover artist. She has acted in the global award winning film Angry Indian Goddesses, has mentored and created music for young artists at the indie music label Ink Ink Records. Her work as Kisnuka has been recognized and awarded at the likes of the New York-based Independent Music Awards, the London and the Berlin Music Video Awards. That's incredible stuff here. I've also done some snooping around on you, and I believe there's a little bird who tells me you work on an average 18 hours a day. You're learning new softwares, the finer aspects of sound production. You're learning new forms of exercises to keep yourself fit. You have a huge list of social media followers with whom you engage with, and you're practicing and promoting veganism. And I believe that's just a start. So Anushka, where do you get all the stamina from? What makes you so unstoppable?
It's really funny because I'm very passionate about what I do, and in that I feel like this is something I've inherited from my mother. She works with crystals. She works with alternative healing therapies, and she's constantly learning and constantly, in her work evolving. And she's like, she has her room downstairs. I work out. This is my studio. I also work out of home, and she's in there from the minute that she wakes up, like till the time that she goes to sleep. And it's the same for me. So I think that, that when you have that passion for something, it doesn't really feel like work. You're really enjoying every moment. But I have to say, until before the pandemic, I really used to push myself a lot, like too much. And I was actually very proud of myself, that I could bend over backwards and stay awake late nights and, skip meals. And it's rather unhealthy actually, but I felt like I was achieving something. And then the pandemic happened, and it made me take this sort of, first everything just shut up. And for the first time in years, I could hear myself, and I realized that I have this body and this brain and this spirit, but my brain is in control. My brain is running the show. I don't give my body that love, or my spirit that love, that, I let my brain basically, control my entire life. And I realize how important it is to, to look after yourself and take care of yourself. And I think that really overall, sort of being able to now, as a structure, and not just like, as a structure, like as a routine, and I hated routine, but I think that sort of passion and this structure and routine that I've brought into my life, I think that really makes me feel unstoppable. And obviously, of course, I have great family support. And I don't think that I would be able to go out in the world and be so fearless if I didn't know that they had my back. And, I feel like we often take like our friends and our family for granted, but just having them there, it gives a lot of power, and it gives a lot of support. And I think that really is very important. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, notwithstanding the last 2 years of the pandemic, what's been your biggest learning? You've have a music experience of 20 years.
Yeah.
What is it that's the top 2 or 3 learnings in these 20 years that you could share with our audience?
I mean, of course, what I just said, one is self-care, and I talk about this all the time now. That it's really important to take care of yourself so that you can then take care of others. And that means on different levels, whether it's, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your physical health. All of these are important, and each should get that kind of attention. So I would say that don't take any part of it for granted, especially as you keep getting older. And that's something that I feel now that I'm in my late 30s, I find that my body doesn't recover as fast as it used to before. And I have to work a little bit harder now to be more, to be as flexible or as strong. And I realize that if you keep at it, and if you keep that focus, then also you're unstoppable. So I think that was one of my biggest learnings. Another one was to, I don't know if this is also like what happens to you in the 30s, because when I was in my 20s, I used to say that I don't care about what other people think, about the things that I did or the choices that I made, but I kind of did. And I feel like when I turned 30, I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. And I was like, nothing is happening. Then 31, I was like, okay, come on, I thought that in the 30s, women start to feel a certain way. And by the time I turned 33, I was like, oh, this is what it is. And it's this feeling of a very different kind of confidence. I feel like in our 20s, we have like this more brash confidence, but this is a really different, quiet confidence. And truly, like, I feel like I don't care about what people think or say anymore. And it's the most liberating thing in the world. Like, if I just believe that I only have to answer to myself, and that's how I'll make choices in my life, I think that is one of the most freeing things ever. So I think that was also, one of my learnings, was to just shut everyone up. Yeah.
So what's the one advice that you will give to the younger women?
Spend time with yourself. That's what the pandemic allowed me to do. And I wish that I had done more of that. As a woman, I think, earlier when I was traveling a lot for shows, I would often want to stay back in these amazing cities that I was going to, but I was by myself, and I didn't have a friend to explore the place with. And, I would come back home, and I'd be like, damn, I wish one of my friends was here, so that I could go out and explore, this new place. And one freak accident happened, and I ended up staying in Sri Lanka by mistake. And I found myself on my own after a friend's wedding. And I called one of my other friends who lived in Bombay, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I'm here alone. And, but there's a lot of cool stuff happening. People are going surfing and stuff, but like everyone's left. And I'm panicking. And my friend was like, listen, what's the big deal? You're so close to India. You can just take a flight and come back. Why don't you just stay and just check it out? And I ended up staying for a month and a half. And it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Because first of all, I mean, of course, you have to think about your safety. But if you have, if you are staying in a safe place and you have, certain people that you, even if they're people that you don't know personally, like you haven't made friends with them, but there are certain people like the person who's running the resort, for instance, or you have a friend of a friend or somebody knows somebody that you can call if you have an emergency. It's amazing how open and inviting people are to single women. Because you don't come across as someone who's you're harmless, and it's always easy to invite one person into like a space, and I found that I met so many people, and I got invited into these situations where I don't think that I would have if I was traveling with friends. I found myself at a beach, like an isolated beach in the night with this bunch of people who were surfing in the moonlight. I was like, where am I? Like, and that started it started this sort of new life for me. And now I don't want to travel with anyone else. I want to just travel by myself. And so I really think that spending time with yourself is really, really, really important. It's really important also to, and this happens to me as well, like I don't spend as much time on Instagram anymore, but I used to. And, you get sort of caught in this sort of cycle when you see what other people are doing. And it's not that you're trying to compare your life to theirs, but you're like, it's a lot of, how do I say this? It's not what you really want actually from inside, it's a lot of, oh my God, I've lost the word. What happened to my vocabulary? It's an influence that you really need to be careful about. So the idea is to shut everything out and really spend time with yourself so that what is it that makes you really happy. And that's like, I think like that all the answers are there.
Wonderful. So I think the advice is for all age groups. I should have added that, it's really just to be with yourself is an advice which, we can give to everybody around us. But beautiful. Yeah. I love the way that you embrace that life, with your big heart. So entertainment industry, Anushka, it's always intriguing. There's, everybody wants to know more about it. And you've been in the midst of it, right? You've seen the highs, you've seen the lows. Tell us more about your whole, what are your high moments? What did you do during the difficult periods? How did you manage all of this?
I think that I think you have to be very grounded, to be a part of an industry like this. I'm not sure how it functions in different, different types of industries, but at least in the film and music industry, especially where I was, which was the Bollywood music industry, it can be very trying and it can be very confusing also. If you're new and if you're fresh and you're trying to make it, because there's a lot of these layers that obviously you don't see on the outside, whether it's like, there is a certain amount of questionable ethics, work ethics. It is a little unprofessional, the payments, whether they come or not, your rights, that's also questionable, whether you actually have them or not. And not everyone, because I've had some wonderful experiences as well, but there are certain people in the industry who can be disrespectful to artists, especially new artists and young artists. So even then, there are like 300 new artists in the music industry, So if you want it badly enough, and if you're prepared, for this, and that it can be there is a dark side to it, as well as an amazing, beautiful, bright side as well. And you go in prepared, then it's good, So you stay grounded. So I think for me over the years, I had a blast. I mean, I had such a great time. I also was coming from this sort of rock and roll background. So I never really looked at the industry with that sort of, I think I was also lucky because I was coming from Viva. People already knew me. So I was not this brand new singer, you know, who had to go in and try and get like meetings with directors, or, you know, try and see if someone would listen to my scratches. People already knew me. So it was far easier for me. But I reached a point where I started to value my time a lot more. I was also creating my own work, and I felt like I had to put a lot of energy into that, because this was like my, you know, this new baby that I had to now nurture and grow and give everything to. And I found that uh, I started to pull back from there because I was dissatisfied. And so, you know, that's kind of how I came in from there. But I have to say that anytime that you do feel like, you know, you are in a kind of slump with your work, I think it's important to assess everything, because it's not always just one thing. You know, it's like, are you in a healthy working environment? Who are the people, you know, around you? Is the work that you're doing actually something that you want? I think that's the biggest question, because a lot of us kind of get into something and then, you know, suddenly years have passed by and you don't even realize, because you're just going, you know, with the flow. And it's just, I think it's important to assess that, you know, because then I always say this, that if you can, and I do a lot of college events and events where there are a lot of young people, and I always say, you know, like, if you guys, I've also gotten scolded for it, because I've gone and I said that if you don't want to study, don't study. Like, if someone else is asking you to do this and you're doing it because of them, don't do it. Like, what is it that you want to do? And at the end of the show, my manager's like, you're in a college, like, you know, why are you saying this? But it's important, like, if you can figure out, this is one of my favorite lines, if you can figure out how to make money doing the thing that you love, because you're going to spend like half your life doing this, you know, it may as well be like something that you absolutely love. Otherwise, what a waste of time. So I think that if you are passionate about what you're doing, and you know, like, I constantly try to keep learning new things. I want to keep growing, and I never get too comfortable. I actually I get bored, and so I want to do something new, and then I want to do something new. And I think that's really helped me, because it, you know, as I do you know, different things, they're sort of all adding to me, to my skill set, and as a whole making me like a better artist. So, you know, no matter what, because somebody the other day said, आप तो कुछ कर ही नहीं रहे हो ना आजकल, because आपका फोटो वोटो नहीं आ रहा है पेपर में and all. Because I used to a lot of page 3 and stuff that used to happen, that I don't care about that stuff anymore, and I don't have a publicist also anymore. But I'm so busy, I don't have, like, you know, I don't have any time. I just like we just said, you know, I just learned how to use this new software, and I'm so excited about it. But on the outside, to somebody who looks at my life and who looks at me right now, they'll be like, oh, you know, now she's not really doing anything, whereas my life is full. So I think that if you're passionate, and if you know, keep growing, you know, you never feel like you're in a slump. And it's okay to have bad days also. I think it's fine.
Wonderful, wonderful. So out of all the things you've just told us, what is it that you enjoy the most?
I like being out in nature the most. I think that's been always something that gives me a lot of like, it recharges my batteries, and it's like nothing else. Like I used to love, I mean, I love dancing. And up until before the pandemic, I used to love going dancing to these raves. Like, I'm a raver, and, you know, like, dance for like 8 hours, 10 hours, you know, and that also brings me a lot of joy. But even like 1 hour in nature, and I just feel completely revived. I think there's something in Japan, I've forgotten the name of it, but it's this kind of therapy. Basically, it's like forest bathing. So, you know, they make it a thing that you have to go for a walk in the forest, or for every day or something like that, for a certain amount of time, because that actually helps you to feel good and feel better. So I think that there's definitely something there. I love, you know, working with animals. We have now 30 cats, and It's pretty intense, I have to say, but I really enjoy that. I think all my maternal, feelings of all my maternal instincts, my love is all coming out with all these animals. So I really enjoy that. I started doing capoeira. It's really quite something. And I slackline. I think anything to do with the outdoors, I really enjoy. Yeah.
Wonderful, Anushka. There is, you can't really. It's difficult to describe what I feel about you and your life, because it's just so much of maturity in everything that you just said. You made it sound very casual, but there is, one can see that you've grown and you've matured and imbibed so much from what life has given you. But hats off to that, Anushka. It takes guts to say a lot of the things that you just said today, which is, not being out there, not being available, and just being with your own self. Hats off to all of that, Anushka.
Thanks. Yeah.
And just before we finish, and because you are a musician, so could you just sing a few lines for us?
I actually forgot that I was going to sing, so I didn't tune my guitars. But I would like to sing a little bit from my first track as Kiss Nuka. It's called Don't Be Afraid. I'll sing the chorus. It's something that I really feel. Everybody has a weakness that they're working hard to hide. What you see up on the surface isn't always what's inside. You may think you're in this by yourself, but look, you're not alone. There's a pocket full of life, you get to call your own. Don't be afraid. That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful. It pretty much encapsulates. You've done my job of the closure of the whole thing. It really does describe everything that we've spoken about today. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
We're a big community and hoping to get bigger. Thanks to inspirational women like you who come and encourage us and come on board with us as the Say Cheese experts. We hope we can catch you again.
Can I say something? I actually feel like as I'm getting older, I started to also read a lot more, and also I understand a lot more this like beautiful, amazing bond that women actually have. And I find myself looking also for older women in my life. My mother, both my grandmothers have passed away, but I have like older women friends, and I find like to have that kind of a sort of circle or a group or a support is absolutely amazing. So, what you have here actually is great, because I feel like what the world actually really needs right now is more feminine energy, and it has nothing to do with gender. It's really like we all, I have a lot of masculine energy too, but I think what we need in the world right now, like we need healing, we need growth, we need nurturing, we need love, compassion, caring, we need creativity, curiosity, we need all of that. We don't need like power. So like, or like and I think that to have, as more and more women come together, I think that I think it's going to be amazing for the planet, like, and for the human race and for all the other animals who are, and beings who are here. So it's amazing. And I just want to say vegan cheese.
We'll do our best. We'll do our best.
I have to say that I wouldn't be able to get off this call without, my community would be very upset with me if I did.
Thank you so much, Anushka, for your time today. What a lovely session.
Thank you for having me, Divya. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.